Welcome viewers back to Phoenix Point, where the A-Team is sitting outside of Fort Freiheit ready to stop the enemy invasion. Before we do that, I did notice that we have enough protean mutane in our possession to build an ancient weapon, the Rebuke, ancient tech grenade launcher. A little bit better than the Goliath. The most important thing about the Rebuke is that it doesn't cost any ammo. It's actually quite a bit better than the Goliath. No ammo capacity, same action points to use, unfortunately. It's going to take 4 hours to make one of those. While that's in the queue, we're also going to queue up a Dragon's Tooth, which is a melee weapon that does damage and bleed. The total damage there is less than Marduk's Fist, but if you add the bleed in there, it actually ends up doing more damage, although it lacks the shock ability, which is probably better, honestly. Then there's the Scion of Sharur. The Scion of Sharur is a mace, which has piercing and virus damage. Virus damage saps willpower, so this might be a good thing to have in our back pocket. But again, it does way less damage than a Marduk's Fist, so it just feels like I'd rather just kill them faster kind of thing. We're going to put those in the queue for now. Back in personnel, we also have one last thing to do on Omar here. Omar is going to test out the new Destiny 3 Phoenix Point laser for us, which is one of our new laser weapons. We haven't fired any of these yet. Damage is only 70, which is sort of comparable with how much damage he does with a grenade. But effective range, infinite, and a three-shot burst, all for one action point. That seems too good. I'm not sure if it takes 3 ammo per shot, so I'm going to bring him an extra ammo for that. Omar has plenty of capacity for all of that stuff. In fact, Omar actually has capacity to add a willpower point. So we'll do that, completely maxing out Omar. We're going to do the same here for Jacob. And Sophia's already maxed. Takeshi is going to spend 20 points on bringing his willpower up, and Irina is going to do the same. So that's all of the spending that we're going to do on the A-Team for now. And let's just hop right into the mission. This is threat level low, daylight Pandorans. Their attacking strength is only 1, and there's quite a substantial reward for trying to save Fort Freiheit. So let's deploy and see what they can do. This may take a little time to load, so while this is loading, let me gently remind you to please click that like button. Consider leaving a comment or subscribing to the channel. Anything you can do down there can help me with the engagement and build the channel. Thanks so much. Well, that's about the shortest load timing I've had in Phoenix Point in the last few episodes. So here we are on what looks like a new Jericho style map. There's some mist already on the map in that back corner, and there are a bunch of infected looking civilians here, so I suppose we're going to have to go rescue them. It says keep them alive. I think we can get in there pretty quickly with Jacob and a dash. So we're going to use a double dash here. Jacob running in. Doesn't see anything. Jacob could get to here, but won't have... Oh, and does see something. I take it back. Jacob sees an Arthron. I doubt if the aim is very good from here. Does not look that good. An aphid could head over there. That's a possibility. Or we could test out Omar's new ability. So Omar, with your laser, where can you stand and have a shot on this guy? It doesn't look like anywhere, but maybe if we move the aphid a little bit. Let's move it out of the way. And then back to Omar. If you stand over here, do you see him, Omar? It doesn't look like it. I thought for sure you'd have a shot on that thing. Well, I'll tell you what, Omar, what we'll do is we'll advance you hastily. This will probably make you visible, but
I know how to.
Let's get you out there. I wasn't expecting that many enemies here, but that's not a good sign. It's probably a civilian. I take it back. There's civilians all over the place. They're gonna be fine. There's 5 of them here. Let's finish Jacob's run. Jacob, you can dash and get right in the circle here.
Pushing on.
That leaves you with 2 points. It puts this guy under our control. He has some points, so he's going to advance to here, which looks like it unlocks 2 of them. Maybe it didn't unlock either, actually. That's too bad. I guess we'll step here then. That also didn't do... Can civilians not unlock each other? Alright, let's get you out of there instead. How about you start running? And I guess Jacob is going to spend a little more time here. It looks like this should be a 3-way unlock for Jacob. Yep. And then he's going to spend a little bit of time running here and unlocking this one as well. Okay, so that gets us 4 civilians who can sprint for the exit. There's an exit down here. This guy's already moved. These guys don't see anything. So they're just gonna go for it. And try to stay out of our way. Final civilian here. Yeah, I think they should all be fairly well protected. And then let's see, Irina, you're not going to be able to see anybody. I don't think you're going to get a shot. So why don't we have you run in here and rescue these 2?
Watch out, I'm moving in.
Just gonna hop through the window. And these are both civilians, so they can run. And we got one out. There's another civilian here. Oh, there's actually 2 more in there. That guy takes the long way. And Irina, I guess you're gonna go wake this guy up too. Alright, that civilian's live ticker isn't counting down. We rescued 3, there's 5 here, so that's the whole set of civilians.
I'm ready.
I think what we're going to do next is just get Takeshi up here. Takeshi, looks like you could probably dash to a place where you can shoot at this Arthron. And yeah, there's not a whole lot of hope here of killing it, I don't think, but if you could take another action, that would be ideal. Irina, step to the door. Omar, nothing happening there. Sophia, you can do an onslaught if you dash up there, and that would probably help us.
Maximum effort.
Okay, from here you have an onslaught that you can assign to
Stand your ground.
Takeshi. And Takeshi can probably take it out with his second shot here. Very nice. Okay, that wasn't the end, so we know there's at least one end. Because there's 8 enemies over there. I suspect that this is actually an enemy here, so sorry Omar, why don't you run behind this car, get some space. And we'll bring Aphid over here to back you two up. Maybe distract whatever that is in there. And I think that's all we have the capacity to do for now. It looks like we're probably going to run into some trouble here. So let's end the turn and see what this turns out to be. Ooh, a Triton Thug comes in. He's going to take some pot shots at civilians, it looks like. Nope, he doesn't have a chance to do that. There's an Arthron shield bearer in there, and this is indeed a Pandoran. And it's a Siren Hellion of not exactly what we expected. That's frustrating. This is definitely a little bit more than I bargained for, given that it was a strength of enemy strength of 1 here. Oh boy. So we can't get back there to deal with that Siren. What we're gonna have to do... Let's see, we could try to paralyze Takeshi here. And it looks like we could probably do enough damage to paralyze him, so let's do that. I don't think Electric Strike hurts that bad, when we can always heal him. So yeah, we did enough damage to paralyze him. We didn't hurt him that bad, so he's going to be okay. Omar could Warcry here, although... Yeah, it is close enough that it will affect that. Another option would be to throw some grenades at it. What else do we have? We have Sophia. Sophia can definitely run in there and get a shotgun blast. So maybe we do that first. Sophia, why don't you dash in? You've got enough to do 2 dashes here. Guess we want to go over here for the first dash. And then a second dash gets you just close enough where you could probably shotgun it through the window. Which is in your backpack, right? Shotgun. So we could shoot it in the head. It looks like that will take the head out. If we're lucky, we were not lucky. So what we're going to have to do next is send Jacob over there to try to help. Let's see if we can get these civilians out first. They're going to be in pretty bad danger here. They're going to all line up on the other side of this truck so that they remain in cover as best they can. There certainly are a lot of them. Alright guys, make a train, make a human train, get out that way. Looks like the last one can't quite make it, so I think the cover here is pretty good against that thug. Alright, and now we're going to have to do some sort of magical onslaught maneuver here, so the idea would be if you can run close enough with your plenty of willpower. Let's see, if you do 3 will point, 1 action. What does onslaught take? 2 action. Okay, so you're going to get enough to just run over there with a couple dashes. And,
no rest for the wicked.
And hit Sophia with an onslaught. Can you onslaught her from here? No. What about if you're here? Yes, that gives her the chance she needs. And now from Sophia...
Keep it together, Operative. I need an angle.
Can we hit it again in the head? Yes, we can. No more head. Okay. So Sophia's still in a lot of danger there. But that Hellion is hurting. Omar can hit it with a war cry. And that war cry should have brought it down. It still says 6 will points. War cry brings it down to 2 action points, though. Okay. So it still has will, but it doesn't have any actions. That also got Takeshi out of mind control. Hopefully we can heal in it next time. I can't remember if healing removes paralysis, so we'll see. Omar, though. Omar doesn't really have a good option that direction, so Omar's going to come over here and start setting up some overwatches. Actually, you can't move an overwatch. Can you overwatch with this thing? No, you can't. Okay. Instead, what about your grenade shot? That seems like a reasonable grenade over the building. Maybe hitting just where we need it. I think it's going to actually have to impact on the side of this building to help. You can't move and fire either. Not sure exactly what we're doing there. I think we're hitting the lamppost, and that is potentially doing some damage. Let's try it. It's a long shot. Probably hits the top of the building. And we can't see anyway. Ah, nice shot. We actually hit both the targets. Omar's getting really good with that. It'll be even better with the rebuke. Aphid is going to body block in this direction. So we did do damage here. Virus damage and bleed to Triton Thug, who's going to regenerate most of it. The Venomous Myrmidon, only virus, not too badly affected. So both of those are going to come running. That guy has a shotgun and pretty much wide open access to all of these civilians and or Omar here. So we're probably going to move Aphid somewhere this direction to body block. But before we do that, where is everyone else? Everyone else is done except for Irina. So it's really just up to you, Irina. Maybe you can get a shot on the thug. Looks like we forgot to give Irina her sniper rifle back. Oops. I guess she's going to be armed with the pistol this time and just trying to take things into paralysis. So with that in mind, we will keep you behind cover here. Maybe we'll have you throw a Yggdrasil grenade next turn. For now, you can take a take aim that direction for an overwatch.
Getting past me.
And civilians are going to hang tight so they don't get out in the open. And Aphid, you're going to move over here in front of this cover to block. And that's it. Siren Hellion, probably still our biggest threat. Oh, a new Jericho Assault Trooper helping out with a grenade. I love it. Not just a grenade, but a flame grenade. There's the tech running in with his PDW. Looks like we have them right where we want them. That might have been a death on the thug. Hellion is very unhappy trying to find a safe place to hide. A venomous Myrmidon hops on top of the building and hides in a back room, and finally the shield bearer champion's gonna run through the flames, just missing it. He does get off a weak Overwatch pistol shot. Not enough to do anything to us. Okay, yes, we did get paralyzed. Your soldier has paralyzed damage, which limits action points. If the paralyzed value exceeds strength, then total paralysis results. And for those of you who are wondering, strength is just their starting hit points divided by 10. The paralyzed value will decrease by 1 each turn. Real question is, can Aphid cure it? So that's what we're going to try. And we'll do a heal here. Chances are low. Okay, heals it partially, great. So you are mostly unparalyzed. That'll probably
turn.
reduce his action points a bit, but he's not paralyzed anymore, which is great. Sophia, can you just shoot from here? I'm guessing no. Okay. Sophia's gonna use the axe. She loves the opportunity to hack, but she actually doesn't have an axe shot for some reason. So never mind. I guess we just go in here and blast it in the face a couple more times. She's out of will. Before we do anything with her, there was a will patch here. That's not going to help.
I need an angle.
She's just going to take the shots. So heavy armor still on the torso. The tail's lightly armored. What about if we shoot with the Deimos? Just no damage there. I'm not even sure why we bring that thing, honestly. Let's use the Iconoclast. We'll shoot the tail, because that's more bleed, and I think we're going to take it out.
Hostile wounded, but active.
So 20 bleed. It's still active. It's not super threatening. We'd have to drop its will to prevent a melee attack there, but I think Takeshi doesn't have enough action to give us an onslaught, but Jacob still does. Jacob can onslaught you for another action. And then Sophia just end it. Thank you. Alright. And now we can take on the rest.
I'm prepared.
Irina is prepared. She has an Yggdrasil grenade she can use here. She can also just pepper this thing with shots, but I think she wants to be a little closer. Takes a little effort to get closer though. How much health does this guy? She's gonna have to do 34 paralysis damage really to make a difference, so it's honestly just not worth it here. Let's concentrate on the civilians. These guys can get out. Getting people to safety is a high priority. And I think that's all of them. This guy might not quite make it. Right on the edge. Yeah, he doesn't quite make it. Irina is going to hold off. What we're going to do here is Omar, you're moving into position potentially to use this, but so you don't, it just doesn't draw line of sight lines with that weapon. I see. Okay, so if you get here, you're gonna pump it full of holes, but this thing has a long range. So if you can see it from here,
repositioning.
What does your shot look like with the laser? Okay, so you have to draw the line. You don't get a full aim with this laser. You just kind of have to draw the line where you want it to hit from this screen, it looks like. I guess that makes sense. It looks like our best damage chance is hitting the leg. And
on the mark.
Triple shot on the mark. We did take the leg out. Can you fire it again in the same turn? No, it looks like you can only fire it once a turn. Alright, you do have 2 actions left, so we're going to put you up on the corner. Irina, you're just going to use up some of your shots, maybe try to take the arm out. I don't think you're going to hit it.
Finger on the trigger.
You do get a lot of shots with this weapon though. Alright, Irina's done. Takeshi is out of actions. Aphid's out of actions.
Guess it's my turn.
Jacob, you can
Need a
run
better
forward.
position.
I think we might need a willpower recovery turn for a lot of people, but they'll probably make it through. These two guys seem to have everything in hand with that fire grenade they threw up. And now they're shooting at an Arthron from behind. It's really just the Myrmidon left after this, I think. You really need a turret for that, huh? You like deployed it and picked it. Oh, we just can't see it. I see. Deployed it as cover, I guess. Venomous Myrmidon comes and strikes. Yeah, but that hurt, buddy. That looked painful. Ooh, it strikes you twice. Ow, that's bad. That guy might not make it. Okay, last civilian off the board. And then Omar, I'd really like you to get some shots on
Yes, I know how to do this.
this thing. But I don't see how you're going to do it without killing that guy. So maybe instead
Yes,
you move to where you can see it with the laser, which should be guided by the lines coming up when we use this weapon. Yeah, there's no way you're going to see that, huh? Okay. Well, in that case, let's just advance a little. Can shoot the Arthron here. Can we shoot that thing? Nope. Just too much stuff in the way, I guess. Alright, we'll shoot the Arthron. We can shoot its arm. Got a better shot here. Very nice. That weapon is actually quite nice. And I guess we'll come back to you. You might need to do a shout. It's bleeding 20, a little tiny bit of paralysis. I guess the right answer here is bringing up Jacob. He can finish it. And maybe not. That is quite a big carapace. You know what, Jacob? Why don't you just keep moving? That fire is really spreading, actually. So we're gonna send you this way. Alright, Irina's just gonna move forward and cover Jacob with an overwatch. Just in case that thing comes down to get us. Omar, I suppose you can back up?
no time to waste.
Channel open.
Sophia, yeah, why don't you start heading over here? Here, Aphid, we're gonna do one more heal on Takeshi. Aphid does need some repairs itself. And then Aphid, I guess you'll head toward Omar. Maybe you can give Omar some healing also. Healing up the team is important.
Let's go.
Takeshi's still not fully recovered from his paralysis there, but
Let's do this.
I think he'll make it. It's really not a lot of enemies left. I guess we should have stepped in and taken control of the tech, honestly. So that guy is not gonna survive unless he kills this thing, or we kill it before. Nice, before he runs out of health from the poison. Just in time, he survives. Excellent work, team. Omar did come out of that still with a little injuries. He'll be fine. Back to Geoscape. Once again, as we wait for loading screens, it's a good opportunity to remind me to remind you to go ahead and click that like button for me. Truly appreciate it. That was Fort Freiheit saved. We did recover a iconoclast and a whole lot of rewards plus some great attitude. Although Sanhedrin and Anu didn't like that we helped New Jericho. Pandoran attack analysis. The analysis of the Pandoran's behaviors revealed the location of their colony. A new Pandoran lair site is visible in the geoscape view and may now be targeted for attack. We also have a bunch of ammo to replenish. We're fine with that. So we do have a corrupted lair here that we already knew about. But we must have a new lair there that's also worth checking out. We do really need a citadel. Not quite sure of how the evolution of lairs to citadel works here. But I'm just wondering if, since we've been pretty proactive about destroying these things, you know what? I'm sure there's others around. I was going to say maybe it's worth leaving a lair to fester so that it maybe evolves into a citadel. But I don't think we're really going to have that luxury. I think we're going to send the A-team to this lair here first. We're going to do that right now. We're also looking at another haven defense here at Nipper, which is going to be significantly harder. B team is on their way. They're way over here still in the inaccessible. That'll take a couple hours. The tides may turn there. Let's go ahead and advance time and see. We're still manufacturing the Rebuke. It looks like we finished our other weapons, and before I forget, let me throw another Gungnir into the queue just in case we need it. It says we have one. I think we should have two. I wonder if that's one spare. Hold on. Personnel, Irina. Yeah, apparently we just had one spare. I'm not sure why you weren't wielding it. Whatever. Actually, let's also look at the points we picked up there. I don't think anybody picked up enough points, but I'm wrong. Sophia picked up 30 points for that somehow. That's pretty nice. Very tempted to dual class her into Berserker now. I'm going to think about it a little bit longer. Even if we do, she's not going to have enough points to grab any of the skills that come with that, so we may wait another mission for her. She's up to 3 corruption though, so it's worth curing. Jacob, only 2 corruption, not worth curing. He's only got 10 points, he's maxed out. Jacob would be another candidate for either Berserker or Heavy, depending on, or maybe an Infiltrator even, depending on what we want to do with him. Kind of thinking maybe it's time to give Jacob a hand-to-hand weapon and see how he does with that. Omar got 10 points. He's maxed out with everything. He is an Infiltrator as his secondary with a lot of random skills unlocked. Not really a whole lot else to say. Brawler is 50% increased damage, but you're never close enough to use it. And you're really rarely the one delivering the killing blows, plus it's only 1 willpower, so that seems like a waste. This new weapon, the Phoenix Laser Array, I am actually quite impressed. It seems like a way better mounted weapon than the Fury 2 missile. So we'll keep that on you and consider making another one for our other heavies. For now, we might just be swapping it around as it comes up. We also have Takeshi here. Takeshi has 13 points. That's not enough points to boost your will yet. We're going to hold off on doing anything with you. I'm not sure why you're so far behind everyone when it comes to that. I also saw corruption here on Omar is ready to cure, so let's cure that for 25. We have an exclamation point next to recruits. We can now recruit Berserkers directly. And this is a reckless, terrible, far-sighted biochemist Berserk, so yeah, not the best bet for us. Instead, let's leave them all where they are, make sure all of our vehicles are traveling somewhere, and we will continue the timer until something happens. Here we go, that's just an exploration, so we can start that one. This is a trade. We will complete trades. Tech for materials. We are going to send you off to do another one of those up here. If these guys have nothing to trade, but these guys probably do. Yeah, so let's send you that way. And then we'll make the tech circuits there. Meanwhile, we're waiting for, I think, the next haven here for them to reach. We did find an abandoned haven. No hostile forces have been detected, but there are probably some resources we can find here. We'll search the area. We got plenty of materials and some food and a small cache. We also discovered this Synedrian place here, and I'm strongly considering opening up Phoenix Charlie in the Antarctic. I have a feeling we'll need it. If not, we'll head to that unexplored site. But first, let's send you guys here to trade. It's just the scout, I believe. The wait, how did we get the? No, the scout is with the gift. We'll send you together. There we go. Meanwhile, let's watch this. Hopefully we get there. It looks like we're almost ready for another rebuke. It's a Bacchanalia at Nishanai. We've made contact with Nishanai Synedrian Haven. A citizens' assembly is supposed to vote on contributing resources to our cause, but a significant chunk of the population appears to be busy enjoying some kind of orgy. Our operatives are invited to participate, should they be interested. We can politely decline and wait for the orgy to end. We can now allow our operatives to participate, or we can make polite excuses and attempt to leave. I think we'll politely decline and wait. Perhaps because of many of the citizens seem hungry and or sleepy, the Haven votes to donate a significant amount of food to the Phoenix Project. Awesome. 450 food. And another site here opened up. That's the gift. We also want to move the scout there. And I think we're going to reach this haven next. Nope, it's a trading site. We'll finish that. That is tech for materials, please. And then Tenuous, you're going to continue your trade route over to this one next. Haven here has some tech accumulated, and they will trade it for food. No, they have food, and they will trade for materials. We don't need food. I'm always confused by this. They will give us tech for food, I think is what that's saying. We're gonna go there. Maybe I'll figure that out one day, what that actually means. And here, finally, we get to a haven under attack. It's Nippur. We're gonna wait for this other ship to arrive. Before they can do that, we can start this exploration. And here we go. Haven under attack, Nippur, medium threat level, late level day. Enemy is the Forsaken. Here's an enemy we haven't seen in a long time. This mission could be dangerous. I don't know what the Forsaken strength is going to be like. All I remember is that they have a lot of armor. Hopefully our armor can get us through it. Let's go ahead and look at our team here. This is going to be the B team. Citizen Eileen, Charlie. Let's see what you're carrying. Charlie is going to come with the usual stuff, meaning a crossbow and a spider drone cannon. Charlie is strong enough that we could probably get you another bag of ammo for both of your weapons. Nothing else to do there. Oh, and Utoids don't get corrupted, so he's fine. Citizen Eileen, she's only sitting at 1 corruption level. She's fine. She has the other Gungnir. Not a lot to be said about Citizen Eileen other than, like, she is a powerhouse. It looks like our other sniper rifle is not out of the manufacturing queue yet. Is that true? It should be. So why can't I assign you that sniper rifle? Can I just not see it here? Am I crazy? We just manufactured a sniper rifle, didn't we? The piercing one. There's the rebuke, so that one's finished. Maybe I'm crazy and I didn't actually do it what I meant to do. And I think this is just me being too many things going on at once. We do have a new sniper rifle from New Jericho, the Raven SR-13. This thing's a little bit expensive, but it does a good deal of damage, and has high piercing, so I'm interested in how well this does against armored targets. I'd like to bring that as just a backup on somebody. I guess we're not bringing it on this mission, but maybe on a future mission. I don't think the Gungnir is going to do much against the Forsaken. Pyrophage isn't really going to help us here, so we do want to back up probably, and it's probably the Hawk 41K light sniper rifle. This thing does lower damage, but it's only 2 action points. So that means potentially bringing it down to 1 and getting 3 or 4 shots per turn off with it. So we'll try that. The grenade on her is it's a just in case grenade. She's rarely going to use that, and she doesn't really have enough soldier skill points to get anything else. Tyzok is reasonably well equipped. We may eventually give you a new class, but we're not doing that now. And Mist. Mist is going to be the first one to test the rebuke for us. It looks like we can probably just trade it out for your Goliath. Since you're going into battle, we're probably also going to steal the backpack from Omar. And give you the laser for your backpack. I don't think we'll need extra ammo. I forgot to check how much ammo it was using, but that's fine. We'll figure it out in the next run. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and next time we will start out with a battle against the Forsaken. See you then.